what's up, folks? Welcome to a little unboxing review video. We got VNSH's. They were having a sale where you get their laser strike system, and it comes with some mystery stuff along with a free holster. I believe this is that laser thing. This is the second part of it. These are the mystery goodies we got, or whatever that is. Whatever this is. I doubt those are the holsters. Imagine this is what the holster's in there. Yep. So, comes with a couple stickers. Very cool. Looks like we got this in black color. There, let me pick you up. A little bit bigger than I was expecting, which I think will bode well. Seems like it will be comfortable. It's a little bit more hardened. Back here, they got some sort of extra padding, some Velcro for the level 2. Very cool. I'm excited to see how comfortable this one is. Definitely a breathable fabric. We're not lying about that. Seems like a cross between sleeping bag and athletic material. Pretty nice. I'm gonna quickly try out this VNSH holster. See how we like it. I'm gonna put it on so I don't have to flash you guys. So initial thoughts, it is very comfortable. There's only one spot on the back that I can feel some threading kind of itching me a little bit, but I'm sure that I can just cut that off, or I know a seamstress, so she might be able to just tighten that down with some extra thread, but it is kind of visible. You know, you got this little strap in there. If you take the strap out, I'm sure that helps a lot, but let's go ahead and put this sucker in here to start. See how that changes things. Now, it is a slightly larger pistol than this thing is probably used to holding, so I do think that will affect slightly its concealability. In fact, the strap doesn't necessarily immediately want to connect, but I think it's magnetic, so that actually snaps in pretty easily. Maybe this is supposed to go slightly into the pants here. Yeah, vanish is maybe a strong word for this. I'm sure if this was a compact pistol, it'd probably be better, but even still, double stack 2011, and it's not exactly invisible. I might not have this on right, so it could, again, could be user error. Giving them some grace in that, and try to re-strap it down a little tighter. I did get the normal size, not the extra large size, so this should fit pretty well. I'm gonna give it a good tug here, like I'm wearing a corset though. See what happens. Now the videos I've seen shows it above the belt line, so that's where I'm putting it to start. I think maybe that, I want to say putting it in the pants, the tip might, okay, I gotta reword that. I think putting the end of the barrel inside the pants might offer slightly more comfortability, but if it's getting pulled in down there, it'll get pulled out towards the top. So I'm gonna raise it up just slightly, actually. Shove that sucker in. You can see the barrel does stick out a little bit, so compact pistol definitely going to do better in this. Let's go ahead and put these straps back on. Cool. And yeah, I mean, you still got to wear a more oversized shirt than this already is. Definitely don't want to be wearing a compression shirt by any means. Definitely not. I mean, maybe it doesn't look as out of the blue because it's so high up, but I mean, you can still see that 100%. Let's see, I'm gonna do a little sit test here. See how comfortable it is when we go to a seat. You know what? Wow, I'm actually shocked. That is insanely comfortable compared to any appendix carry holster. I can still breathe pretty normally because it is stretchy. Wow, I mean, that is ultimately the biggest thing right there. That is very comfortable to sit down in. I don't gotta adjust, it on the side, or if it's being appendix carried or inside the pants anyway, I don't have to constantly like pull on the back to get the barrel off of my accessories. It's not pinching the thigh, not rubbing on the thigh. Wow, okay, that is really nice. Going from standing to sitting, and from sitting to standing, no adjustment necessary, just holds it straight in there, very nice. The only downside I can see is, again, with a more compact pistol, this is probably going to be much higher rating. than, you know, what I'm feeling, but the fact that this is so visible and apparent. Let's move it to the side here. Let me tilt you up a little bit because I'm also using you as a mirror. I think that helps a little bit. Be careful on which side you hug people with, but yeah, you know, it's vanish is a strong word, but comfort, definitely comfortable. If you're wanting it to not be noticeable though, you're gonna either need a smaller pistol or you're gonna have to go for a different holster and just be a little more uncomfortable while wearing it. All right, let's get this laser tested out. Upon further review, it would seem you are supposed to tuck it slightly into the pants. So I'm just going to try that out now. Okay. And obviously I have a looser fitting shirt. It's still sticking out. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe you can strap it further down, you know, but the full barrel ends right here, just below the belt line. I'm gonna quickly pause this, try pushing it down further. We'll see how that changes it. I do still think though that you do need a more compact pistol than 5-inch barrel, 7-inch slide, dual stack. Like full size pistol probably not going to be as effective. Okay, I now essentially have it just sticking out just over the belt, so essentially on my hips. Let's see. Cool. Let's see how that fits. See if that changes anything. And then we'll also do another sit-down test, see if that changes the comfortability. Because it was very comfortable when it was above my hips. Okay. It's definitely a little better. Again, I think that this... Well, the grip, thank you. I do think that that still is a little bit too protrusive. Still very comfortable going to sit down. Less rubbing than I would see from my older holster. Less like rubbing on the thigh, less pinching. Definitely very comfortable still, which is good. I stand up. It's not bad. With a really big oversized shirt, I think you're going to be fine. Can't really see too much of a print there. I think if I had a slightly more slim fit, I'll just put my elbows behind my back. It's hard to see on the camera. I can still definitely tell though, and yeah, if I do something like this, you can definitely tell there's someone under there. So again, I think you're going to need a compact pistol, or even just one smaller than what the 2011 is able to do, but definitely better than previously, because previously it was kind of a joke, I'm not gonna lie. But now that I fixed the user error part of it, where I actually got it in an appropriate position to what the I guess one of the, I don't know if they're the owner or whatever, but one of the VNSH YouTube videos on how to put it on, they essentially made it much more clear. Let's see what it looks like with the Extendo, just out of curiosity. That's pretty funny. But yep, if I had to give it a rating out of 10, for the comfort, it's probably a 10. Like, it is very comfortable. It, you know, it feels like you're not obviously going to forget it's there, but there's not going to be any discomfort reminding you that it's there. The actual concealability, if we're talking full size pistols, man, it's gonna be probably like, I mean, it's hard to find any holster that conceals it very well without you wearing just baggy clothes or an over jacket or something like that. I'm sure that if you rotated to the side, it'd probably do a little bit better with full size, especially if you had like a flannel or something to go on top. In the kind of weather I'm dealing with, there's no shot I would ever even subject myself to that. So actual concealability for a full-size pistol, I'm gonna have to say is like a 5 out of 10, maybe a, you know, it's just average. It's not great. For a compact, I'm gonna actually be buying
more compact size pistol tonight. So once I get that, we'll do another little review, and I'll give you a number for that one. But full size pistol, 5. Compact, if I had to guess, probably be like a 7 or 8, but we'll see when we get there.
So quick little update. Oh, here, let me scooch you back a little more. Got that more concealable firearm now. More compact size pistol. It's about Glock 19 size. In fact, it's a Glock 19 clone. Or not clone, but copy. I don't know. Anyway, obviously the lighting isn't as good in here as the other room was, but like this is hard to tell. Like there's a little bit of a bulge, but you can't necessarily tell if it's a firearm or something else, right? Unless I really pull this skin tight, then you can kind of see like, oh, this looks like it could be something grippy. Obviously in a black shirt now, a little bit oversized, but I also figured out, definitely was wearing it too high. I think it basically, the top of it almost has to be in line with your belt, because then it's much easier to not only pull it out, you don't got to be going all the way up here, you can just stay down right here, but the more compact size pistol. But I think Glock 19 is smaller. Honestly, like the Glock 43 probably would fit really well in here. That's the size comparison you're looking at. So it's definitely, like, I mean, that's just a huge difference, right? So that, combined with it being in a probably more superior position, being a little bit lower down, I think really lends to its concealability factor. I worked out on this thing yesterday with the pistol there. Like, went to the gym, did pretty much everything normal. The only part that was a little bit restrained was the stretching, but other than that, it still holds up with its comfort, even being this low. I go ahead and give it that sit test.
Yeah, I mean, I feel a little bit of pressure, but I think that's mostly coming from the mag I have in here.
I'll take that out,
so I can always put that on the other side. Yeah, you know, almost no pressure, almost no pinching. In fact, I can, you know, lean back a little bit. Be scooted forward, lean back. Yeah, good stuff, you know. And it's comfortable, man. It is comfortable. So
I do think that's good. Let me try putting this on the other side, see if that helps. Because maybe if I was pulling it out with my left hand, maybe I'd want the mag on the left side. Yeah, honestly, I think that does pinch a little bit less because the barrel's not pushing the mag further into my leg. So more comfortable, more concealed. This thing definitely is good. For this compact size, I think I probably do give it like an 8 or something, just because that comfort really, like overall, right? For pure concealment, you probably still will get better with just an IWB holster, like a plastic one or something, because I feel like it probably pushes the pistol a little bit further into you. But for the comfort that it offers, man, oh man, it's great. It's honestly great.